Hey everyone, thank you for joining me today. I'm going to show you how to clean lashes and get more use out of them. You see I have multiple varieties here, some tinsel, glitter, some with color, some faux mink, thick band, and thin bands. I'm using the Velour eyelash cleaner. You can find this at Ulta. This is the travel size at 50 milliliters and this normally runs $13. It is on sale currently. I will link that in the description below. I try not to let my lashes sit in any formula no longer than 5 minutes at a time and absolutely not exceeding 20 minutes because you will have the bands break down. And here I am making sure that they are coated well. After letting them soak for 5 minutes, I take a brush and I try to wipe off as much as I can from the front and then also onto the back of the band. Try not to use your spoolie during this process because it will possibly damage the band, and the whole concept is to protect the band, which holds everything together. You see I take my finger, placing my thumb as close as I can to the band, and I start to take my other thumb and peel as much glue off as I can possible and as gently as possible. Just take your time and finesse as much as you can. The whole entire process is to protect this and be able to get another wear out of it. Now, not everything is going to come off after a 5-minute soak. I go back and forth with my finger to feel where the glue is, because once it starts to break down, it becomes a little bit more translucent. It's harder to see, and if I'm having a hard time getting anything off, I push it back in to the formula and give it another 5 minutes to soak. I have found that this is the easiest method for me. People do it in different ways, but I find that holding the band, making sure that it gets a good soak of the formula that you're using, going back and forth with a brush to get as much off as possible. The color will start to come off if you have color buildup as well. Velour is really good about conditioning the lashes, protecting them, sanitizing them, and breaking down the glue. One thing to keep into consideration is if you're using eyelashes that have glitter or rhinestones on them, any formula, the Velour, micellar cleansing water, anything that you use, even alcohol, will begin to break down the glue that holds the glitter, so you will lose a good amount of glitter. I try to just consider this an opportunity to have a different looking eyelash and the possibility of using it for a different type of look. So I don't fret about it, but do know you will lose the glitter that's on the lashes. Depending on how well your lashes are made as to how they're going to withstand any cleaning with any product, and no matter how gentle you are, some just do fall apart. Now, I shop at several different locations. I shop at Walmart, the dollar store, Ulta Beauty, Inky Minky, and Shop Miss A, and I have all those listed below. And it's also, I wanted to note that I use the Ardell Duo clear drying lash glue. It's not a strip, it's an actual adhesive that you brush onto it. But this technique, and both of these techniques, the one I'm going to show you is with alcohol only, will still work to break down any lash adhesive that you want to use. Sometimes lash glue does bleed past that band. Let's face it, that it happens. You'll get a buildup into the lashes itself, and I like to take my thumbnail and push that back up into the band, getting a collection of it so that it comes off a little bit easier. The next cleaning method that I like to use is a 50% isopropyl alcohol. You get this at the drugstore. It's fairly cheap and it does the same job. You see I have some glitter eyelashes. I like to take eyelashes and pull them down with my thumb instead of just dragging them across to get them off the cartridge. And I also use one of my favorite lines is Inky Minky Lashes. This comes from my favorite beauty vlogger, Sabrina. This is her line. It comes with a point system. She has sales, excellent customer service, and I just love the many styles that you can get, and they're very affordable. And also, I shop from Shop Miss A, and this is a set of 6 for about $8. So that's where you can save some money in getting your lashes. And again, those links are below. I'm making sure mine soak and get them submerged into the alcohol for about 5 minutes. And I go in and I treat it the same way as I did for the other formula. Alcohol will break down all adhesives, so any glitter, any rhinestones, those will come off, but I do find that it breaks down the adhesive a little bit quicker than velour. But the thing about this is it's your budget, it's what you can afford, it's how comfortable you feel. Alcohol will dry out your hands, but it does have the opportunity to break down the glue a little bit quicker. I just find that either option works, and it just depends on what your budget is and how you want to clean your lashes. I clean my lashes after every use, and I personally don't use mine no more than 2 to 3 times, and that is a preference of mine. I know some people use them a little bit longer, but I had a eye infection and a pore in the upper eyelid that caused that pore to be compromised. So in better safe than sorry, I make sure that my lashes are sanitized, and I use them no more than 2 to 3 times. I now have clean lashes. As you can see, those that are on the right with both methods came clean, and there were a couple that I lost on the left. As you can see, the bands that are laying on this paper towel, but you see how much of the adhesive came off. It's pretty dirty. You just never can really see until you get them in that solution. But those that didn't survive it, I continue to keep those because I can use them later for a different look. I could cut them into pieces, and I could lay them on prosthetics. So don't throw those away. You can still reuse them for other things, just not putting them on your eye. And you see here the debris, the glue, and the color that came off using the Velour eyelash cleanser. And then the bottom of the cup with the alcohol, you can see the debris floating in the bottom of this cup as well. I think both methods work well. It's just whatever's in your budget range. And for the last process that I like to do to clean my lashes is to clean the lash part itself and not necessarily the band. Is take a cotton ball with some micellar water and dab that onto the lash itself. I don't like to saturate it in oil-based products because it will weigh it down and will change the look of. I don't want a large buildup, and I tend to not use mascara heavy on my lashes, but if you do, that's fine. This is a good method to get that off as well if it doesn't come off in the alcohol or the velour or any other cleansing method. Now here you have it. Here are the clean lashes. Here are the ones that I was able to save, the ones that I was not able to save, but I intend on using those later. And I appreciate you guys joining me. I hope you found this useful, and I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.